TV land. You guys know me as Baby Gannon, and you have me solo. So let me give you some insight. I am surprised the Slammer is awake this early. I'm normally looking at DGen hours for Slammu, but we have Mocco, who is excellent with commentary, going against the Slammer, and I sound so low. Oh dear. I am sorry. It's the morning. And the mode that they got here is called Bet It Please. I like to call it White Sword Rush. So here's what we get on deck for that. It is Magic Sword, guaranteed 12 hearts. Mixed First Quest Overworld. All of our things are going to be shapes. And we're looking at Armos already on Slammer's side. Let me ask for a sync. And yeah, because we need a huge sync here. Alrighty. Excuse me, I disagree here. Okay, just finished with, there we go. Just finished with putting that in. So as I was saying, this has mixed First Quest Overworld. It's got important items in 9, which means you could possibly find a bow there, and that's never a fun experience. I'm getting everybody synced up. Slammer is doing Slammer stuff by having 0 on deck for his timer. Looks like I see a tutor on the coast. We're starting off spicy. We have Gorias and bunnies out in the wild. This is going to be great. Dungeons are going to have a second quest, folks. Extra bosses. But the good thing is you have a permanent sword beam. So let's get those hearts and let's find the magic sword, because not the magic sword, the white sword. That's the most important sword. All right, we're going up here. And wow, First Quest Gimbal spot is where our wooden bonk sword is. Now, do I sound like that person from SMB3R? Oh my goodness. It has been exposed. So Mocco is going to be getting his wood sword right now. And both of our runners are trying to get that 5th heart container. So that way they can get that white sword in the route here, leading to second quest happiness, or by level 2, or First Quest blue ring spot. All right, so First Quest shop not having anything, so we're gonna go right through that any road on Slammer's side. Oh, these locations are poop. Oh no! All right, so we're back up here in the somewhat upper right mountainous area here, where your blue ring is, over in that area. $25 bombs. But Slammer has, and we have 90 buck arrows in the next cave. So literally we're going to see a high five here by Slammer and Mocco, because they're both in the same area. But neither of them, I'm a little surprised. Yeah, I stay arrested, Chad. You should know that. When am I not in questionable prison? And having me do solo comms in Mario is chaos. So this is my first time doing solo comms in Zelda. What's the worst that could happen, So we're in Vanilla Heart container location, and it's just a mugger taking your money. It's a sad day when you gotta donate to the mugger squad. Mocco did buy bombs, so he's going to get the unfortunate information that these any roads kind of suck. But let's see where Slammer is going right now. I would think probably on his way going to 5, which is First Quest 5 location, and that yields 25 buck bombs and 62 buck keys. So we're gonna go down and to the left over to Vanilla White Sword location, Quest 1. And the waterfall. Waterfall leads to absolutely jack a lot of nothing. And let's see where the Vanilla White Sword location, what that has to offer. Maybe it'll have something good. 87 bucks. So that's not a big prize. You know, when you be wanting that money, you gotta get the 145s, the 120s. All right, so Slammer here taking the any road over to where are we going, Slammer? I'm thinking Slammer's going Lost Woods area. Yeah. So we has no candle yet, nor have we found where we can buy one. Or else we'd be torching everything into oblivion, you know? Get your inner pyromaniac out, oh yeah! We're going to Vanilla First Quest 3 location right here. It's got bunnies on deck. That's always a bad feeling. And that's a gambler spot, so we're never seeing that again. Bunnies, V-Torp will take care of you, but we're on our way. 35 buck Chuck here going for Mocco, who is now in the mountains. And it's a $49 candle. That is dirt cheap, y'all. So you love to see that. And let's see where else. Okay, we have Lost Woods here, so Slammer. So we know Mocco can torch everything. Slammer hasn't been over to the mountainous area yet, so we're gonna check potion shop location, and it's a mugger. Totally worth it. And Mocco's going up towards the second quest 9 location in just a moment. But first, we found level 6. So we have combat capabilities. We've got 2 bombs, which is a whopping amount. So I personally hate 6 in vanilla because of all the whiz robes, but we had a count going on Mocco's side, does get the bombs. And we're dodging 6. Wow. Wow. Imagine dodging 6. How could you? All right, more money on Mocco's side. Gets the big one here. A whopping 86 bucks. This is vanilla second quest 9 location, and it is a mugger. So just like the real level 9 of second quest, it robs you and wastes your time. Oh baby. We have Mocco running on diet life right now. Respectable, does get the Watch of Glory here to save him, and more money, this time 35 bucks. So I'm wondering with that amount, since he has the candle already, if we're gonna see a key play or if Mocco's gonna stack up and hope he finds a blue ring, because it looks like everything hurts. We have Slammer and the vanilla First Quest 1 location, and it's a swing and a must. A must. It's not even a miss, it's a must because it's a mess. All right, 5th heart container on deck. So Mocco is white sword eligible as we go down the mountain. And we're going to see a forgettable spot in just a moment. Slammer wants to, beat up some poor innocent Octos. And now we're dipping into 6 with Mocco. All right, let's see what this has. We have our first staircase. And see, this is why I hate 6 in vanilla. These whiz robes. Oh, nobody wants to see you. Go away. And the first item on deck is the croissant, the power bracelet. So that's going to open up all the push block locations here for Mocco. And we're going on up to a ladder block. GG's, I'm out. So we know now that 6 is ladder block. So chat, I ask you this question so early in the morning. Well, early in the morning for us, in the West Coast, East Coast, semi-morning, semi-morning. And for those out there across the pond, it's afternoon for you guys. So we have our favorite Pizza the Hut here for Slammer, who's going into 8. And we know that 8 ain't so great. And we have Vanilla First Quest 8 location about to get burnt, and it's nada. So we have some unfortunate room there for Slammer. Has to exit out because we are key locked right now. And I say you get and bring on your Fallout skills, increase your lockpick, and boom, no key door is going to give you a problem. Increase perception and, and your lockpick capabilities. Mocco getting robbed. And hint cave there, Vanilla First Quest 6 location. And we found 2. All right, so we're going in and out to open up that bomb door. And let's see what it offers here in 2. And we're starting right out the rip with Tridongo. What's better than one Dudongo? Tridongo! Especially when you are bombing nothing. There we go, Mocco getting the sword kill and the bomb refresh. I ain't even mad, but that was definitely batting like the Chicago Cubs. I got to insult my Cubs once a day. And that's a confused Dudongo right there, so that'll be easy to get the kill. And we're going to get a map here, very small too. And the shapes, it looks like, maybe a 2-legged dog with a helicopter tail. I have no idea. And we're going to get the Gleeok. It looks like Tridongo to Trigleeok. Meanwhile, Slammer is in Westest Mountain over here, where our Vanilla Second Quest 9 is located. So we're going to be hitting that spot in just a moment. Slammer is about to hit 6, and we're going for the croissant grab on Slammer's side. No, Yumi! You must release your Tridongos in the wild. You need to always make sure that they are happy boys. All right, no burn over there here on Mocco's side. And Slammer, bless his heart, killed the Wizzies. And we'll pick up his baby, aka the croissant for me. And we're gonna get Vanilla Heart Container Cave right there. First quest. Yeah, it's a bipedal helicopter dog. Yeah, I'm good at the... Oh, wow, really? Worthless old man there doing worthless old man stuff. See, this is why you need to blow him up. That'll learn him for being in your way. Also, we have Aquamentus getting picked on. So we have a pretty easy Triforce location, but Mocco's gonna dig deeper, and we're gonna bomb refill by killing the poor innocent Tridongos. All right. So we get the bomb refill here. I would pick that up before you lose it. Mocco, what are you doing? Also, all right, this one here looks like it's a bootleg character from the game Earthbound. So we have 5 looking like bootleg, you know, it looks like a key with legs. And Slammer here dipping out, getting 255. So Slammer can buy, if the gods let him, can get a blue ring, but you know, Slammer ain't got the candle yet. I don't believe so. And Mocco running on diet life. I fought the bats, and the bats are winning. Oh, baby. Come on, Mocco. Thank goodness for those permanent sword beams, or else Mocco friend would be in trouble. It does look a little like Kenny from South Park. And Mocco getting chomped by the trap of doom, you know. They just came and smushed his day. Slammer now getting his 5th heart. So now Slammer is white sword eligible. We just gotta find that bad boy. And Mocco dipping out now, getting the Triforce. Hasn't. But you could say it's a Shy Guy too, but you know, the Shy Guys never look at me, so I never get that front vision. It's always, well, Death Mountain, they've been bombing quite a bit in Death Mountain. So, yeah, Slammer saw the sword, so I would not be surprised if Slammer eventually goes back over to get it. Alright, so we have the 5 play from Mocco. Where are we going with this? I mean, it's a very tiny 5. Well, they need to get good, chat. The Shy Guys need to get good. Alright, so we're desperate for this key on Mocco's side. Mocco! What are you doing? He tried to blow himself and burn himself. That's respect right there. So, much to Mocco's chagrin, we do have Lionel's in the wild. So we have Lionel Richie over here with his favorite friends, the Tick Tights and Wall Masters. But we are stacking keys on Mocco's side. As for Slammer, we're crossing the Great Sea as if he was Moses right now, as he goes. Yeah, he did. He tried that. Listen. You should already know. He burned himself only to find a ladder block. Totes worth it, you know. You just go, see, look, he's using that fire damage. And also, y'all should already know I'm 99.9% out of pocket, okay? Alright, staircase over here on Mocco's side. What is Mocco trying to find? Aside from death? Because he's been running diet life just because I'm doing comms and he knows that I get nervous. That's a transport, so that's worth Jack Diddley squat. And we have here magic sword found in one of the vanilla Quest 1 Annie roads. Alright. Gambler action going on here. And we have Slammer who has already ascertained his white sword. So combat advantage does go to Slammer right now. Triforce, you know, because we did get that early Triforce out of 5. Mocco has it. And Slammer's going back to 8. 8 is Great. Yeah, great. Chevy room on deck here for Mocco going up against the poor innocent Tick Tights. You know, what they ever do to you? And, oh dear. Book. Well, I guess that means free map. Ain't worth too much else here. Alright. And Mocco versus Dodongo. Dodongo won. Mocco zip. Okay. Gets rebate key here. And we have Slammer in 8. And Bo is in 5. Holy machinations. Bo and Book are in 5. You know what? That's respect right there. All right, and we have a Slammer who's about to get slammed by that red bubble, yeets himself out before that happens, because no sword is just sadness. You know, you want to be able to just stick everyone, be like, take that. That'll learn you for trying to fight me. All right, push location here. Where does it get you? $12. Oh, we rich now, folks. We are ballers on Mocco's side with that $12 chuck that he just got. Slammer in Vanilla Quest 1-8 location. We're going to burn this area. All right. And that takes you $90 for an arrow. You know, I get what Slammer's trying to do, but I would buy it. Just because if you get a bow, you know, then it'll be easier to take on those bunnies. Summer's about to get the bad news. But we're not going to spoil it for him. So we have Tridongo here for Slammer. Mocco getting mocked. And we have here Staircase. It gives you the... Okay, now this here, because we have Quest 2 enemies, which means Quest 2 red bubbles of doom, I love getting the letter personally because that could save you and get your wonderful sword back. And we're level 1 on Mocco's side. And I have to say, whoever rolled this seed, there is no color difference. I mean, we have mustard yellow. I mean, if you're a Kendrick Lamar fan, then you get to scream, mustard! You know, you get to do that with every level, but I don't know. But, looks like a backwards staircase that you bought off of Wish, that level 1. And Tridongos. You know, this is amazing. This is going to be a bomb-happy seed. Alright, Mocco. 2 for 2 on the dongos. And gets both a key and his bombs back. Rebate bombs. Chevy room on deck with a single dongo. Alright, everybody's getting donked here today, so that's not a way to start your morning, folks, with a bunch of Tridongos just knocking in. And now we have poor innocent Aquamentus on Mocco's side. Slammer in level 5. Picking on Aquamentus as well. And a ladder. You know what? This is going to be a jet seed. I see it. We have Bo on deck. We have ladder. We have Croissant. You know, we know the tutor is on the coast. The only thing that could derail this would be that worthless raft. Because rafts be rafted. And we have Red Candle! Let's go! So you get to burn everything down! Okay, so level 1 has the Red Candle and a bunch of Wizrobes that just want to make you go deaf with those sonic beams. We get a key right here in what would be the Triforce room. Slammer going and picking on innocent little Jello cups. And with that ladder, we're going to keep going up. This is pooptastically awful. Blue Wizzies. Oh, Mocco. Mocco. This is not going to work well for Mocco. We're trying the duck and crawl strats. Oh, Mocco, you can do it. And by do it, I meant get that wonderful red spin of doom. Okay, so we're going back up with a little bit more health. We do know where the Triforce is in 1. So Mocco wants to just go toe to toe again. He's going to give him the Mike Tyson treatment. While Slammu and Chevy Room about to get trapped. So gives up the obligatory 1 heart to the trap there. Blue Lionel, at least being a bro, and Slammu did get a bomb upgrade. And y'all, do you see how many extra bombs? Tell me that this is not a jet seat. Mocco up there now, getting kissed by a blue bubble, you know, that feels good. Red bubble kisses, those are bad touches. So that's your public service announcement of the day. Got some skellies, aka Stalfos on deck. We're gonna dodge those, trying to save up as much as possible. I think he should kill 2 of the Dudongos there so we can at least refill back up to 8. Yeah, Mocco doing exactly that, because if we're going up against blue Wizzies, you know, you need as many as possible. So we have 8 bombs on deck. We're going to be able to go up there now and really show those Wizropes the business. So we're trying not to donate life there, Mocco. All right, taking the other key door, trying to see if we can go around that. Much easier enemy set in the Zals, but due to that wood sword, they do turn into gels, so that doesn't do very much, but you can burn them. And we do get a rebate key. And we have Slammu getting his book, so we have literacy now on Slammu's side. Mocco dodging with all his might, and we're going back up. All right, so we have Mocco versus... No, we're not going up. Oh, man. I thought Mocco was going to be like, you know what, blue Wizrobes, I'm going to come back and take you on. But we get the photo negative Dorito piece grab on Mocco's side. And Slammu now going to pick up the Triforce. This is no chat. No, Wizrobes are nightmare. They are nightmare. They used to, that's why I hated 6. I would always make 6 my last level. I like playing 8 over 6. Because the way I route vanilla, y'all would be like, that's questionable in its own right. I usually go 3, 4, 1, and I play 8 with a white sword. And 6 is always left to be, well, not really last. 7 is last. But, you know, because who needs a red candle? We get the moonwalking in there. Mocco already has the arrow, so we don't need that. And Slammu, you did what? You beat second quest first, so you went and put in Zelda, so that way you could get to the second quest immediately? Oh dear. Yeah, you always get mags before you go into 6. Because those Wizrobes are just annoying, and I just... Who has time to use bombs, you know? I ain't got time for that. These bunnies now can be fodder for Mocco because he does have the bow and does have an arrow. You know, Slammu here. Looking at buying 8. We're looking... Wait. Oh, we're burning. Okay. Yes, Slammu hasn't seen these areas. Just got the candle like a little bit ago. So doing all of the burn checks. Now we're in 1 where Slammer will be getting the best items here. So we're going to get that ladder. Yeah, listen. Chat, don't beat up on my mentor. That is my Z1R mentor. So yes, if Yuvi says he's beating it, then he's beating it. You know? It's beated up. You will use bad English to articulate that. And on Mocco's side, we're going back to the Lost Woods area just so we can burn this first one. And I like the fact that Mocco's being so pacifist. And yes, Red Candle is in one. You know, Mocco, you gotta release the pacifism and just shoot all the bunnies. You know, we're not gonna talk about Vitor. He ain't here right now, so you can annihilate every bunny in the world. You know, Rick, nor Vitor are on deck. And oh, Mocco got derailed, and we're getting our tutor. All right, there we go. Red Candle action now. And Slammer, dodging the Tridongos, knows that there's no benefit to beating them. We're going to bomb this area over here. And then we're going to bomb the Wizzies just to show them who's boss. You know, you gotta always assert your dominance over those guys. And we do not burn the sacred tutor. There, Yumi. Mocco catches a sonic boom like he was, you know, facing Guile in Super Street Fighter. And we have level 3 that is tutor blocked. So it's in the Vanilla 7 location. And it looks like Japanese writing right there. So let's go. And we have Slammer versus Stalfos, part duh. Meanwhile, this room absolutely is horrible, but thank goodness that is a Quest 1 bubble and not a red bubble, because woo baby, that room would be absolutely trash-tastic, considering I don't think Mocco has any potions. But we're going to see what that stair has to offer. Also, arrowing. No, we're not seeing it just yet. Okay. Easy Triforce. Let's see. We got a bow. We got an arrow. Important items can be in. I would go back in, Mocco. Yo, these whiz robes are giving Slammer the business. Oh my goodness. They are treating him like any hockey team treats the Toronto Maple Leafs. Woo-hoo-hoo! That is awful. That's like being a Jets fan right now. You know, you're up against the odds and the odds keep winning. So we have Mocco on deck. All right. Took the transfer stair. We're going downstairs right now. We don't have to worry about ladder blocks anymore. So we're going to go ahead, use the water to protect us. Oh, this room sucks! Okay, Mocco going through and seeing a room chock full of our favorite red bubbles of doom. It was like, nah, not today, Satan. So we're going to pick on some bats. And come on, Mocco. You know you want to. Grab it. Why? Mocco, please. Oh my goodness. All the bananasaurs are in shambles right now. Mocco dodged the yellow banana, dodging potassium. Photo negative. Triforce grab on Slammer's side. You absolutely love to see it. And Slammer going back in, realizing, hey, didn't get my ladder yet. But he don't know it's a ladder. All right. Come on, Mocco. You know you want to. Go back to the red bubble room. We have Stalfos on deck here on Mocco's side, level 3. Slammer going to look for his ladder. And we have a single dongo in the wild. And we got some dark nuts with Quest 1 bubbles. Worthless. Old man doing worthless stuff, which means hints are off. Mocco's determined to dodge that room. Okay, Mocco, I see you, bruh. Alright, so we have blue dark nuts on deck. There is a shutter door there, so... And we have Mocco versus Pizza the Hutt's staircase item here for Slammer was the ladder, which we already knew. Going down this staircase item heart container, you know, always good to get because these... Okay. I was just reading chat. No, that old man has been worthless. You know, the only thing he's good for is saying, "It's dangerous to go alone. Take this." So that's about all that guy is worth. And we have on deck now push block action here on Mocco's side. Gonna grab that wonderful heart container of love. And now we're going back. Yeah, the Zulls. The Zulls are tanky, man. The Zulls are tanky. That's why we need to speedrun getting mags just so we can take on the Zulls. Imagine that. And Mocco's still with the pacifist route here. Not hurting the bunnies. I guess it's Sunday Bun Day. So Mocco is trying to, you know, pour one out for the homie VTorp by not hurting the bunnies, whereas I would be slaughtering all of them. It would be bunny side. But we are now in the sands here looking at whistle locations, and that's worthless. Alright, another sand spot. There we go. Let's shoot the toot, and that's a swing and a miss. Alright, we know that that's an any road there. We're going to get our push location via the croissant. And that is money. 35 buck chuck there for Mocco. And Slammer here, just burning anything. Getting the letter. So we have Mocco with 8 heart containers. Slammer with 8 heart containers. We just need 4 to rush and go get mags. Alright, level 2 action here for Mocco. We are going back into the bipedal dog here with a helicopter tail. Now that we can cross over the ladder block, we have a single dongo. It's a bipedal dog with a helicopter tail, you know? It's gotta roll with it. Alright, Mocco does technically have the tutor, so we're gonna obliterate poor, innocent Dig Dogger. Never hurt anyone. And look at that. He just got flattened. That's just rude. You know, you bomb him and then you go out and you just... Wait a second. Slammer doesn't know that there's 3 checks in one? So what? Oh, Mocco doesn't. Because I was about to say, Slammer should know about that. Yeah. Oh no. But it's only a heart, so he'll be alright. I say that with the flames burning around me. And we have 3 on deck, our Japanese writing there. It could be bad. if he's looking for silvers, but we know silvers are gonna be in 9. Yeah, you know, totally silvers in 9. All right, and Mocco getting bonked by a red bubble on the gray here, needing to wait to get to that blue. All right, we do get the compass on there, and we have Slammu going through 3. And will Slammu dodge? Okay, photo negative Dorito piece again on Slammu's side. Here's another heart container. So we're within 3 of mags on Mocco's side. And lots of dick doggers. You know, somewhere Jasandi is smiling proud at the fact that there are nothing, you know, there are tutor blocks here. So Mocco now going through this too. And we gotta find that Lay Dorito over here. And oh baby, do you see what I see? I see a magic key here, or what you guys call the any key here in numero dos. And you love to see it, especially because that helps out with traversing level 9, especially if it is a giant ball of mess that you would see on the Jerry Springer show. You. Mocco's aim right now, kind of sus, but does get the kill on the doggos, and we are Triforce piece getting. So any key, always a good find, especially when you still have 4 additional levels to play, because we know 8s can be big. Mocco hasn't found that yet. But I'm hoping that chat's getting violent with each other. Woo. You got a L on your forehead. So I don't even think people even would remember that song. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb making the L on her forehead. So, yes, Smash Mouth. Oh, you guys are a bunch of connoisseurs here. Tutor spot open, and it's 9, and it is a heckin' mass of pure trash. Ooh. That is... I didn't even get it from Shrek. I got it from watching the actual video because I like Smash Mouth. Oh no, I forgot it was in Shrek. So, we have level 7 taking to heaven. Looks like a helicopter that is about to get shot down. That's never a good feeling. And we have our bat friends here getting burnt. You know, we're eating roast bat today. Dodging the map because you don't need it. You got the book. And Mocco buying his $104 6 bomb grab. You know, I say we find every single bomb upgrade shop. You know, we go in and be like, I'm a bomb Ganon and make him show himself. And we have wonderful use of your money here. So we get a heart and bombs so far. Another dark room with tridongos. This is a tridonger seed. I mean, like, we got lots of our Dudongo friends. No, yeah, I saw that movie Contagion. No, that's even worse. No, that was the real life Contagion. But it was Bad Bananas, I believe, in the movie Contagion. But we have White Sword. You know, those BMOs are definitely giving Slammu the business. Slammu dodging the yellow banana, just like Mocco is dodging the blue Goma. And we have here a must need because we need to push that block, see if it's a transfer. So we're going to see some hot toot toot action here on Mocco's side. Okay, and we're pushing the block. Yeah, I got to learn how to do that block clipping so I can actually get stuff. Another heart, so we are within 1 heart on Mocco's side to get mags. So I have this question for you, as you know both of these runners best. Will we see mags on either side? Chat, we'll ask you that question. Because if I see mags, I'm grabbing mags. Just so I can go kill the Zulls and be at peace. And I have another Tridonger on side. We're getting hit with the dongos, man. Dongos everywhere. Instead of saying, not the bees, you gotta be like, not the dongers. Well, Yumi's teaching me how to do this stuff so I can enter my time. So I couldn't enter the mentor tournament because my time is just kind of crazy. But, you know, Yumi is prepping me up so I can go into that thing called Rookie Rumble. So that way you guys can beat up on poor baby Ganon. And we have transfer action here in level 4 on Slammer's side. And we have Dorito grab here in 7 from Mocco. And that is the most segmented 4 I have ever seen. And dodging the blue banana. Oh, come on. I'm a banana store. You could have like grabbed one for me, man. All right, so we have the dodge on potassium on both sides. Slammer here. Yeah, we get a refund over there on Mocco's side with the large secret. Where are we going? 3 cursed Tetris pieces. You know what? Blue banana is the game winner. You know, I don't understand how people... 2 minutes? 2 minutes? Not. Oh, mage 2 minutes. Yeah, I know you weren't saying 2 minutes for me, Yumi. You should know better. I'm too much of a clown. All right, grave spot is gambler action. We have Ooh. Did you see that? Slammu was like, bogey. See, that's Ganon roaring at you, okay? That's heresy talk. Blue banana is never trash. And we have hint location, which is absolutely jack-a-lot of nothing, because you ain't getting nothing with hints off. And we have Slammer going back in with a vengeance. He's like, I got 3 hearts. I'm gonna take it on. But I'm surprised we didn't go burn strat in the beginning, like Slammer was trying to tough it out with the sword. And we go from there to... Alright, so we go right from Landmo into Dig Dogger. You know. You know what? If you do create a Deo, I will actually be like, Deo, it's a Deo. Day night come and me one na. Okay, so we have Pizza the Hut actions here in 8. And Mocco doing Mocco stuff. And I wish I had a Captain Picard facepalm right now, like, no. So we have Red Bubble dodging. We're dodging that room. And Slammer got hit. No, Slammer lost the dodge game. But 4 had silvers. So you know what? We could say it was a genius play that Slammer forgot to buy bombers. Forgot to buy arrows, you know. Could have been annihilating bunnies, but said, I'm going to save all my money up. Yes, watch Beetlejuice. I used to actually be able to do a Beetlejuice impersonation. You know, I say Yes, he can. Because the only items out in the wild right now, the raft, which we know is always worthless and used to, be logs for a ladder. We have Pacha versus Mocco here. Come on, Mocco. You can do it, Mocco. You got the eye of the tiger. I got the eye of the tiger at the cream of the crop. With 6. Because they weren't able to go any further. All they could do is pick up the croissant right at the beginning, but the other area was ladder blocked when they both were in 6. So when it comes to things being found, we found all dungeons. As for clearing said dungeons, no. 6 was ladder blocked, but we have ladder now, so eventually there will dip 6. Probably very... I'm 0-3 on song lyrics? Listen, I make up lyrics so we don't get copyrighted, okay? So I would go mode the heck out of this, on Slammer's side. 2 keys, though, questionable. But in 2, Magic Key was easily accessible before the Triforce. So I can't imagine Slammer dodging that. Spec Rock on Slammer's side right now. And it's a swing and a miss. All right, Mocco here, taking on the Tridonger. And we're now going into C Room where... Yeah, come on, use that red candle. There we go, Mocco. All right, Mocco with a much cleaner Lemo flight there with the clip. And we're using regular arrows there on Mocco's side. All right, more Pizza the Hut actions. Quest 1 bubbles, so it's okay to get bonked by them. Also, Mocco, you're running on diet life there. Slammer making his play into 8. So everybody is in a mini tank. Yeah, that's what I'll call it, a mini tank. Little mini tank that's armed and ready to go. Welcome, Waldo. Good to have you around. This here is Betty Please, better known as White Sword Rush. Mags is on 12, so we have Quest 2 enemies in only dungeon, extra bosses, which is why there's like a Patra, a Tridanga, or a Digdogger making the first appearance is Princess Manhandla. Oh, baby, this is what I've been petitioning for Princess Zelda to turn into. And it's Tanky! Let's go. Pizza the Hut was found. No, you can't eat Pizza the Hut. It's a national treasure. But, poor Princess Manhandla. I think that would be the best thing you could find. Zelda normally goes, Link, help me, please. I need you to save me. No. Princess Manhandla would just chomp you. I mean, that would be what a twist, M. Night Shyamalan level. So we have another Manhandla there blocking that shutter door. Oh, how could you dodge Princess Manhandla? No. Meanwhile, we have Lammo versus Slammer here. All right. Opens the shutter to yeet himself back out. And we have, instead of Ganon, we have our boy, Blue Goma. Yes, excuse me, Princess. All right, so we've got our tanky little Manhandla here on deck, and Mocco is giving Manhandla the business right now while dodging a whole bunch of fireballs. Taking fireballs to the face, not a good feeling. And we have Blue Darknut versus Slammer, and Slammer grabs the map. Yeah, that's respectable. All right, we got the biggest boss of all, the coin room. And we're pushing that block. What is it gonna be? It's our item, and it's the red ring and 8. Well, holy hot squeaking chica. All right. Slammer now is go moding this. Because once Slammer finds the Dorito piece, we are going to be eating ourselves out of 8, whereas Mocco's going to go for a full clear because Mocco doesn't know 4 yet. Also, hello to Shiner. Welcome aboard. And we have Dorito action here, dodging our sovereign princess, Manhandla. You know, date nights with Link, he doesn't even show up, leaves the poor Princess Manhandla, you know, just hanging around, pining away. And we're going to go into our room here. Mocco, finding that the old man has already said, it's dangerous, go alone, take this. We're moving on down. So we're hating the Zelda 1 cartoon, and okay. Okay. We just wanted to power up. There you go. Yeah. We need one more heart container on Mocco's side before we get to see Mags. All right, we're doing our toot locations on Mocco's side right now. Swing and a miss. Confused bat. And I have no idea what that is, SpeedGaming, but okay, Obscurathon 4 is happening now. The cartoon is like the Zelda scene. Listen. DDI Zelda was one of the funniest games out there, you know? How could you not like CDI Zelda? It has vanilla 1, level 1, yields nothing for Mocco. Mocco's looking for 4, because Mocco knows where 6 is. Mocco doesn't know where 4 is. And we have Tiny Tank action, level 8, for Slammer, going up against the final boss here, the Rupee Block. I'm so hungry, I can eat an Octorok. And, you know, I'm surprised Slammer didn't go mode this, but that's respectable. I mean, you get such great quotes. I mean, you dare to bring light into my lair, you must die. I mean, how that Ganon was the funniest Ganon. Come on. Y'all gotta admit, we have some of the best YouTube poops because of that. Blue banana dodge here in 4. No. We are not. Yes, Bogey. You have to be a banana sword, though, you know. Good morning! It is Baby Ganon Day. I'm doing solo comms, sweetie. I am so happy right now. They trust me enough to do solo comms. All right, so in 4 right now, we have Mocco versus a Pizza the Hut and his friends. You know, better than Garfield and his friends. We have Slammer in 6 versus a bunch of Wizrobes. They can go get hecked. So we don't like Wizrobes, not at all. But with that red ring, they're no longer, you know, anything of substance. Yeah, they outed me, sweetie. Somebody found out I also do comms for Super Mario Brothers 3 Rando. All right, we have Speedy Blue Lanmos that just kind of made Mocco dip out of there. Plus, Mocco has no sword. Mocco has Jack Diddley Squat. And Mocco does have blue. All right, well, yeah, I wonder why they call it silver arrows when that thing looks blue. Or are we doing one of these color guessing games? No, whiz robes can get hacked, man. Whiz robes are like that bad Tinder date. You know, you got catfished. They come through, rolling through like easy enemies, and then, ha, you know, they give you the worst. So we have easy peasy Goma. Mocco picking up the map. That's another respectable thing when you already have a map. And we're using our second medicine. We need to get our sword back. So Mocco using the medicine so he could go after Dig Dogger. You know, another poor innocent enemy, not bothering anybody, probably watching some novelas on Univision or Telemundo, you know, getting some culture. And Mocco just disrupted his day. Slammer here going down. No, that's why they're. I just thought, you know, that the NES needed to get good because they couldn't go through the colors. It couldn't handle, you know, silver. Be like, get good, NES. And we have a Dig Dogger here that Slammer's just go ahead and dodging. Transfer location. And Slammer getting the almighty Dorito. And we are at a tie ball game, folks. You know, as a person who's played many questionable NES games in terms of color. Ah, Switzerland! I actually went to Switzerland on vacation. Thank you for visiting us from across the pond, Shiner. Okay, so we have silver arrows versus, even though I should call it blue arrows just because I'm ornery, but we get the Dorito grab. And numero cuatro for Mocco. Mocco now has 6 to play, and Slammer has, so Slammer needs to catch up. And we know where 6 is. Oh, are you talking about those rabbit ear televisions there, Diesel? Those rabbit ear televisions? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, those were questionable days. How did we suffer? All right, so we're going to buy some medicine here. And this was an occasion where Mocco should have done the Adirondack Rick play because blues were $33 and we had $86 on deck for the red. So I would have definitely just paid the $66 because I shoot like a stormtrooper. So, you know, how about that? I need as much money as possible. And we have Mocco now dipping 6. And we are, for all intents and purposes, just going through. We're going to get Mags now. So gets the floor heart in 6. So we will be able to see Mags on Mocco's side. We know he knows where it is. I believe he has seen it. And we have our Wizrobe friends, which are absolutely worthless. So we're just doing a Dorito grab. We know where the Dorito is. I believe he got the compass. So we are... Is this run glitchless? No major game-breaking glitches, but you could do screen wrapping and stuff like that, but I don't really consider that a glitch per se. So I would say it's glitchless. And see, if Mocco had paid the $66, he would have had enough to pay the money. See, that's why no mags for Mocco. that's heckin'. Yeah, so screen scrolls I call it screen wrap, but screen scrolls, that was... Yeah, I'd like to think that, Mocco would have been a man of culture and would have gotten mags just for the sake of getting mags. But we're going to dip 9 now. We've got everything we need. So we're going to bum rush over to 9. Z2 major glitches. Who does such a thing? Who does such a thing? So here we are at 9 right now on Mocco's side, equipped with silvers and the white sword, which is what Betty Please is all about. So I guess for the spirit of it, playing it out with the white sword is a-okay. All right, we have a room that is tragically awful. Mocco is saying not today. We also have lots of red bubbles. Huh? Whatever do you mean, chat? All right, so we're in 9 on Mocco's side. That big hunkin' mess of oh my! I believe. Oh, come on, Mocco. We gotta dodge it. So we have found Zelda because that door ain't opening. So Zelda's in there going, "Oh, help, Link. Help! I need you to help me. Oh, I'm surrounded by this fire. And even though I have clothes that I could use to put it out, I don't want to do it. I'm waiting for you." So we clipped out of there, dodged all the red bubbles. Excellent play on Mocco's side. And we are looking for our bacon overlord. So if you hear the roar, it sounds like this. So if you hear that, then you know you have found our bacon overlord. And right now we have level 2 action for Slammer. All right, we have our boy Tri-Lock here, Tri-Headed Glee-Lock. And Mocco now going through, I don't like those rooms and they don't like me, so we're dodging that one for now. We're going up. Alright, dodging. No, it's a bipedal dog with a helicopter tail, okay, Bogey? That's our story. We're sticking to it. It's canon, just like the Ganon roar, So we have Blue Wiz Robes versus Mocco. Yeah, we have Red Ring now, so you could just go in there and throw down with our Blue Wizzies. Baby Ganon. Yeah, there we go. That's a new nickname for me. That's perfectly fine. The push block got Gandalf. You are not going through there. Now the block was like, you shall not pass. Also, this 9 looks like a house here in Florida, after we get hit with one of our thunderstorms. It's not having a good day. We're going to go through. Interesting. All right. Hey, it's our Jiggle Buddies. Okay, we have my favorite enemy, which is the Mummies of Doom. There. J-Dirk. Yeah, they started at 9 in the morning. I'm like, Slammer ain't even usually awake at 9 in the morning. But we have our Gibdos out here, doing their wiggle waggle just for everyone. See, look, they're just the sweetest little things. How could you not want to hurt? Yeah, how could you want to hurt a poor innocent Gibdo? You guys, so mean. And Slammer getting Dorito number 2. And so we are headed towards 9 on Slammer's side. And we heard the roar. Uh-oh. I sense a bacon overlord battle on Mocco. Slammer now in trouble because we know where Zelda is. All right, no stuns yet. We're just duking it out the old-fashioned way. And with the best sword, white sword action, Mocco has taken out our bacon overlord. So give Mocco 1G, because he ain't got the Zelda yet. She's like, oh, I heard you killed the bacon overlord. Come save me. So that door is going to be opening up in just a moment. We just got to get to them red bubbles and don't harm any Gibdos. All right, you see the doors open? Now we can get those GGs out for Zelda. She literally had 2 doors she could escape through. Now, chat, hear me out. Hear me out. Why are we doing this on Zelda's side? I mean, she could escape through one of the 2 open doors that's right there, you know? Sometimes you gotta help yourself. Anyway, our winner, Mocco, who dodged bananas, made me sad. GG's to you, Mocco. Welcome aboard, friend.
Thank you, Krista. Appreciate that.
Yes, you were just amazeballs, man. I was loving your gameplay, except for you dodging the bananas, because you know I'm a banana sore.
I know. I looked and saw who was doing comms, you know, and it might have been intentional.
Oh goodness! How could you, Mocco? I thought we were friends. Also, Slammu had a bit of a time, you know, just finding 9 now. So it was a little bit behind you. For the most part, you were just ahead.
Okay.
You were just ahead. So, you had 6 early. You had the Kwasanti 6 earlier. You know, Slammu did find, he never bought arrows, so he ended up finding silvers and 4. Or else, you know, Slammu's bow would still be inactive to this day. And I know you were happy when you found into the magic key.
Yeah, that was nice. Money management, right? Try to always do what I can, right? And a couple of times I debated on buying a key, but held off. And then, yeah, thankfully we saw the ending key appear. What was that? Level 2. I got to be honest, that I was kicking myself, dying over in the dead woods. I mean, the Pole's voice, I want to say I got gridded. I don't know how I missed that because I shot my arrow, but I looked up and I was dead. And what that did,
shot an arrow because it never showed. I thought you were
tried
embracing...
to. Yeah, I tried to hit. I hit the button and I looked up and I'm like, yeah, what happened?
I thought you were embracing pacifism.
Well,
like it's Sunday Bunday. You were pouring out for the homie Vitor by not attacking the bunnies.
It clearly got me before my A button or B button registered, but ultimately what that did is that set me back. That was a game changer. No. Yeah, I mean, I was able to go and get the tutor, which opened 3 levels. I believe it may have been required in level 2 as well. The ladder was definitely required. I don't know. I lost count of how many triple Dodongo rooms we had today.
Man, we had tridongers everywhere. It was about at least 10 or 11 that I saw.
And that's with extra bosses, that's kind of the one you want. As long as they don't troll you, you have a chance to get some bomb refills. You know, versus seeing a bunch of Gleoks appearing or a bunch of Gomas and maybe you don't have your bow and arrows. So, yeah, I mean, ultimately, that actually helped me, I would say. Allowed me to go and finish 2, go into 3, and then I worked my way back over, found 7, which I wouldn't have found the first time through. I don't know when I would have made my way back to the Dead Woods, to be honest. So, again, that take a happy little death and, you know, make a nice, beautiful tree out of it. As I see, looks like Slammer's in with the beast now.
Yeah, our bacon overlord. And you know what items were in 9, right? The raft and the wand. You should have found the
really?
raft just so you could burn it. That'll learn them.
Well, I got nervous seeing our hash for the seed. The very first item was the raft in our code, so knowing who I'm up against in his affinity toward raft, I was a bit nervous, but yeah, we'll see.
The raft is meant to be chopped up. I told you before, Mocco, when we did come together, you chop up the raft and just use it as a step ladder. And one thing you have to admit, even though that 9 was huge, it was not that bad. Zelda was found pretty quick, and Ganon pretty easy to find too. Not too much digging deep in there to find them.
Yeah, it just felt like, because the game gave us several transports early on in that level 9, and given the size of it, to me felt like the answer was going to be to take one of those instead of guessing which wall to bomb. And it was a little bit trolly just because of all the red bubble rooms. And I did have a miss mark in there, but I caught it early enough that it didn't come back and bite me. So.
In fact, the Slammer never put on his timer, so technically it looks like
he won, huh?
With a 0. Forget he played in reverse time. He never ever exceeded 0.01. So, but the actual time for those of you who are curious in chat is 1 minute 14 seconds. 1 hour 14 minutes and 21 seconds. For Slammer and Mocco with 1 hour, 9 minutes and 4 seconds. And we are joined by Slammer. Slammer, you usually play Degen hours at night. What are you doing up in the morning?
Who's saying these aren't still Degen hours? GG's, Mocco.
I mean, I grant you, I woke up this morning, but I didn't roll your seed, but how do you feel about the seed there, Slammer? Because I
thought I played pretty well. I mean,
you did.
Only two deaths. I was a little too much digging, I guess, and Mocco just too fast.
Yeah, you were the first one, Slammer, who had the white sword.
Oh yeah, I mean,
the white sword for a long time.
No, I mean, I even took a heart over my first candle. Right, I'm like, in this flag set, I feel like white sword is everything. So I thought that would be enough. And
you dodged arrows until you got the silver arrow.
No, I bought arrows.
You did? So
yeah, I bought arrows on G13. That weird burn spot.
Oh, okay. Okay, because you were marked not having them.
Well, I was just broke.
It wasn't like that seed was giving you a whole lot of cash. I mean, you had $87 big prize. I think the middle prize was $38 and $12 chuck on the small. So it wasn't the greatest of money seeds. But both of you guys got that bomb upgrade, and I know you were smiling when you saw the amount of bombs you got for $105.
Yeah, you can't beat it when you get the maximum. That was really nice. I honestly, I was doing okay on bomb management most of the seed, but yeah, that was, it's always a treat when you've got the funds for it. At that point, didn't need to buy keys, had arrows, and all that fun stuff. So yeah, it worked out well. I gave up a heart though in level 8. I had I had enough hearts for mags at that point, and yeah, I gave up a heart to a mugger. I guess I was in 6, and I'm like, yeah, forget mags.
I'm like, it's right there too, but
I know. Yeah. I didn't get white sword until 54 minutes. Just way I routed. Yeah, the way I routed. Yeah.
Mocco was dodging white sword for a long time.
I took an unconventional route for me. After doing the northeast, I just scooted across that second row, the B row, all the way over. I had bombs, right? I found 6. Yeah. And so by doing that, which I don't know if I've ever kind of made that move before, the forgotten spot, like that region and the river spot, I got to just before finding 4. So yeah, it was kind of interesting path that it evaded me.
And both of you made me so sad with the banana dodges there, Slammer. How could you? How could you?
I don't have time to hit select that many times. I could have
Dang,
used it.
look,
I
with the
want one of
banana.
those fairies. I couldn't get to it.
But Raft and 1 were in 9. So
That makes sense. Yeah, I was really worried that Raft was going to be required there, seeing as how I checked every other spot on the entire map to find 9. So
yeah, and you know, it wasn't a bad seed because you had early ladder, which is always a good find.
You had early ladder? Must be nice.
Oh no, Summer, you didn't get. Yeah, Mocco found it really early.
22 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I was like that's probably the flip, right? What would you rather have, white sword or ladder? You got ladder, I got white sword.
Did you dig out the other item in 1? It was in one of those 2 blue Wizzy rooms.
Yes, it was a heart.
Heart. Okay. Well, there was my mag's chance, but the amount of time I think it would have taken me, I wouldn't have made up. By the time I even found mags,
yeah, you would have.
Yeah, it was the last room behind the ladder block, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah, at that point, I'm like, you know what? I'm content with the 2 items, and if the game forces me back, I'll go back.
Yeah, when you go to look at the VOD, you can say that Mocco did have a bit of good fortune, and that a button misfire led to him getting the tutor before you did. And he was able to access a lot of the levels before you were able to. The pacifism sometimes work, Mocco.
Yeah, I died Slammer to a pulse voice in F2. I had the burn bush already burned, and I spaced down to shoot the pulse voice with the arrow, but he got me first. And it kind of reset me, right? I ended up finding 3, picked up the tutor, found 3, and then found 7 and 9. Like, it kind of actually helped that I died there, because I don't know when I would have gotten back to the Deadwoods at that point, but the tutor certainly helped. So yeah.
No, I mean at this caliber, right? It's going to come down to routing. I think we both played it well. It seems like. I mean, I don't know how you played it, but I mean, yeah, it's going to come down to who turns left, who turns right in a lot of these. And honestly, I think I executed this game better than I've played a game of Zelda in a while. Especially on things like forces and things like that normally don't come naturally. I was just hitting them on the overworld, hitting them in the underworld, and just went the wrong ways. And luckily I got 2 more chances, hopefully. So
you do. I mean, I think this is the first time we played head-to-head, so a lot of fun. And yeah, let's we'll figure out when our schedules line up for game 2 and/or 3.
I think they have something coming on this channel at 11, so we'll give them ample time to set up. So do you guys have any last words here?
No, thank you guys for putting on a early morning restream. Thanks, Mocco. Always a pleasure. Even if you do love your swordless, and I'll ban it every time.
No worries. Yeah, it's GG's, and thanks, Stags. Also, Team Pacific Coast up very early. Krista as well, stepping in. Love to see it. And Smile Fires was helping out.
It was pure chaos.
Yeah. Well, and thank you, Smile Fires, for rolling up the seed for us. And yeah, we'll see you all again soon. I'm sure we got some other matches. I think there's one at noon. I don't know the channel, but yeah. Have a great Memorial Day for those of you in the U.S. And yeah, we'll see you again soon. And thanks, everybody.
Okay. So if someone can be kind enough to put !R up in chat, please give both of those runners, Slammer, what doesn't Slammer play? He plays just about everything, and he does it with style. Also, please give a big fat follow to Mocco, because look, Mocco's just that good. How could you not want to give a big fat follow to that? Also, I'd like to thank SpeedGaming for hosting us this early in the morning. We are happy DJs and we're proud of it. Who better to do commentary for DJ times than someone who's DJing herself? So, thank you to SpeedGaming, to Phoenix for everything that he did. I am truly grateful for that. Chat, I love you. This community loves you. So if you want to be a part of a fun community, join the Z1R community, because we have great runners that's always willing to help new people. And who knows, you might be beating my booty cheeks up in the rookie rumble if you join. So love to see it. We had the biggest thanks to the best clickety clacker that ever did clickety clack, and that is Stags, who was doing it while the wifey was asleep. That's some dedication to you guys. So chat, stay winning. Enjoy your morning. For those of us who are in the States, we have a couple of extra days off. Get your barbecues out, because it's Memorial Day coming up. So take care, everybody, and have a wonderful day. We'll see you on the next side of Level 9. Bye-bye.